Hello, everyone. My name is Builder. I'd like to welcome you back into another episode of MineColonies. I hope you're having a great day so far. So, we're standing currently across the river from our colony, and you heard just right now, it looks like our sugarcane farm just knocked a few sugar canes off there, which is tremendous news. We're going to take a look at that in just a second here, but we're across the river. And I just wanted to give an update because I took a little bit of time off camera, off stream this week to move our cotton farm over finally. And I've been meaning to do it for a while because I really want to get our cotton production ramped up. So we do have a mod installed that does help. We could convert cotton into clothing, but most importantly, and the main reason I added it in was because I wanted to be able to take cotton and convert it into string. So I've been doing it little by little. We had a little test area set up where our sugarcane farm used to be. And, I decided to kind of start scaling it out. So you can see it's been growing pretty rapidly. We probably will make a few changes to it as we expand out our sugarcane farm here. But I think we're going to start really going up the hill here and kind of expanding out, clearing some forest and getting a lot of cotton planted. That doesn't mean, we're going to be going through very frequently and doing it, but every so often I'm going to come over and check on it and clear some out, replant, grow the cotton farm a little bit more so we make sure that we have a constant supply of string. And the other thing I moved over here as well, you could see right across the way here is the canola plants. I moved them over here. And again, the canola goes to the ultimate car mod. So it's something, more specialized crops that we can't have our farmers ever look after because they unfortunately cannot look after canola or cotton because, again, that's not base game. Base game, I guess, or it's not something that the MineColonies pack is going to recognize. So, yeah, I moved them over here. We're probably going to do a little bit of terraforming over there as well. I want to be able to start growing, a good amount of canola as we get ready to, hopefully soon start implementing the ultimate car mod a little bit more and get a car because it's been a little challenging to get around the colony. Oh, and it starts raining. Perfect. Good timing. But anyways, yeah, so that's what's been going on over here. Let's just take a look over here at the sugarcane farm. So I did a little bit of it on stream and then I finished it up off stream. It's a very basic design. I didn't want to do a video on it because I know that there's a lot of sugarcane farm designs out there already. And this design is such a basic design and it's not the most efficient design, but it's just something that I wanted to do for now. As you can see that we do lose some, unfortunately, in the process. All right, let's see if we can get out of here. If we can clear it. Oh, keep getting the edge there. All right, we're now permanently stuck here. Now, so it's so that's been what's going on. I'll just take this out. There we go. Over here, so it's a very basic design, nothing too complicated. And again, this has only been running for a little while. Because again, we were in the winter and in the spring, and sugarcane, grows best in the summer. Under here, eventually we'll look to put a greenhouse over here to try to help growing in the non-summer months. But yeah, so we've gotten a decent amount of sugarcane so far. Again, we're just getting started. This hasn't been going that long. So I'll probably do a little bit of AFK and let the sugarcane grow out a little bit more. And, the main reason for getting this set up, because right now we have 44 of these little individual piston and set this setup right here, because we have 6 on this side and 5 here. So each one has 11. So 11, 22, 33, 44. So that should hopefully produce a very good amount of sugarcane over time. So I'll be sure to come back and kind of update on this. Again, it's a very basic design. If there's any interest, I can always talk a little bit more about it in an upcoming episode about how it actually works, but it's pretty basic. It's a basic redstone project and that. So, all right. So that's been an update of what's been going on over here. We cleared out some of this land here. We'll be looking to clear out a little bit more, but let's head back over to our colony and it's going to be raining, so progress is going to be stopped. But I'll kind of go over some of the other stuff that's been going on over the past couple live streams and some direction where we're planning to go. So the first thing, during the week during the live streams, we've been upgrading a lot of our buildings up to level 3, and we've made a lot of progress. Finally got the school up to level 2, which I'll show that off very quickly so we can have 4 students at a time. So that'll come in handy, especially as we start looking to kind of build more houses out, which I'm going to start trying to up our population, up the number of people, because again, I want people like training and that, like, we're going to school and then having time in the library and that, and then we're going to be doing some other specific builds coming up to try to develop some of their other skills and do a feeder to other ones, because right now we currently don't have a nether miner, because there's been a debacle with that, which we need to get someone with higher adaptability. So the tentative plan right now is to essentially have a colonist go through the schooling process, work a little bit in the library, and then we're going to build, I think, a combat academy, because that should help with, and you can see we just finished up some research on the bottom there, that, we're going to have them go through the combat academy, and that way, when they go through the combat academy, they'll get their adaptability up, and that'll kind of be a feeder to the nethermind position. So that's kind of my tentative plan, because we're going to have more archers than we are knights, just because, again, with the wall around our colony, it's not as much hand-to-hand combat anymore. So, having more archers is good, so we can kind of shoot down at, pirates and other barbarians. But we also have to update, which we will, upgrade the blacksmith's hut here and some of our other builds. But the mine is up to level 3, and we have all our guard towers, as of recent, up to level 3 as well. We've recently finished those up on a live stream there. So the tower right there, all of them are up to date. Like I said, we did upgrade the school over here, so let's just pop in here quickly, and then you can see in the distance over there that we did get that tower all set up as well. But yeah, here, you could see still a pretty cool design on the inside, and that definitely got bigger, added some green carpet in here, but now we have the capacity for 4. Right now we don't have any students, we don't have any kids right now. Everyone is grown up. We actually have 3 excess people right now. Our library is at level 2, so we can have up to 4 over here. So we might look to maybe get the library up to level 3 sometime soon too. That way we can make sure, because right now we have 3, so that way we could kind of have people, the goal is to get them into the colony, get them through their schooling, and then get them into their into the library here to bone up their skills and give them some time, so that way we're not just sliding them into a profession. That way, they're having a little bit of time to like develop their skills and whatnot, and then we could slide them into some of these more advanced positions here. So yeah, so that's what's been going on over here. And another update, we upgraded the farm over here up to a level 3. It was necessary for what we're going to be doing today. It wasn't too difficult to get this upgraded. So this is like a level 3, farmer's hut over here. And, we did add in an extra field here. So now we have our farmer managing for wheat, carrots, and now potatoes as well, which is great, because I know that our healer has been running kind of low on potatoes, and I've had to run some over to him on a few occasions. So it'll be good to get the extra, or get the potatoes and that. So right now working 3 fields. The eventual goal, and I guess we can head on over here. Now, the eventual goal is to actually move this animal farm out of here and probably across the river. So I want to keep like these type of farms. I think like the ones that we're using like personally, I think I'm going to keep them out of the space of the colony. And because we're going to eventually put in, we're going to put in a farm for sheep and for chickens as well, probably on this side, I would think. And, you could probably see right away that there's a little bit of a difference. We don't spend a lot of time over here, because basically over here, I just have our cactus farm, which is there, and then we have a bamboo farm right there, melons, pumpkins, and then where this you could basically see I just finished filling this in here. But in this area, we used to have our sugarcane farm. But we're going to be doing something different today and kind of going off the theme of working to remedy our paper shortage, which, again, the students and the people who work at the library need paper and they all need books too. Our enchanter needs books. So it's something that, we're going to be running kind of low on paper. And the thing that we're going to be doing today is we're actually going to build a plantation, and we're going to have the plantation focus on sugarcane. And, we have the automated sugarcane farm, which, once it gets going, I think, we'll have a good amount of sugarcane. Right now, it's just getting started. But I also want to have a plantation to also be getting the sugarcane. So that way, we can convert that over into paper, and, we could teach them to craft their own books and that there. So yeah, we're going to try to fit it in over here. I hope I cleared enough space because we're kind of right up on the edge here of where our pumpkin farm is, which, we will make automated farms of these eventually. But right now we're kind of running low on redstone. So I just want to conserve that. And we don't have as great of a need for pumpkins. And I may have to move this chest. This chest has been here for a while. But, I think we may end up having to move it over. And something, because I thought I had cactus in here. I think I must have converted it all into green dye. Because one thing we're going to have to do really quickly is we're going to have to grab a cactus for what we're going to need for the block. So let me just grab these ones carefully. I'll come back and farm the rest of them later. But yeah, so I figured it was a good time for a plantation. And a little bit of a background now on the plantation. So the thing is, I had to do a little bit of research this week at the university, which we needed the level 3 farm to unlock the appropriate research. And actually, let's just head on over and I'll show the research that I did here, because there's a little bit of research needed in advance. And you also need level 3 farm or 3 level 1 farms too. So there's a little bit of a requirement before you could put down the plantation. And, a bunch of the builds we're going to be getting into now are a little bit more advanced, that they're going to have some prerequisites before we can place them down. But, we did the biodegradable one, or the research here, which we unlocked the composter's hut, which is another build we're going to look to do soon. But this one's going to open up a lot because, with the, the flower power here, which, we're going to need a composter's hut to do. But that's going to be one that's going to come in handy because they're going to grow flowers for us, and that way we're going to have better access to dyes and that, with a variety of flowers. Because, while we're doing okay with some dyes, I mean, ones like dandelions and that, they're a little bit, well, they're still frequent, but, we have to go searching for them. So that'll be great to have a florist in the county that can kind of help with dye, since a lot of these more advanced builds are needing different color, like, carpet and just wool in general. But yeah, so we did the biodegradable research, which again takes about a half an hour. And, we needed the let it grow research, which essentially was just, I think it was 12 compost, somewhere around there, 12 or 14 compost, which we do have a composter's little block right over here, as you could see. So, again, you can like craft the composter's block there, and you can make your own compost. It's just not automated, so but you can. So that's kind of how I got the compost to get this researched. And then also just did the bone meal one, which that's a notification that popped up there, so that way it's the farmers harvest 10% more crops there. But we're also going to look to also probably do the flower power one soon. So we'll have to, build a composter's hut there. So that's the research you have to do in advance. And like I said, you do need a level 3 farm or 3 level 1 farms. So, that's the purpose for getting that upgraded. And I'm thinking, on a side note, I think when we move the other animal farm over there, I think what we're going to do is we're going to put a second farmer's hut, because actually one other update I forgot. So because canola used to populate these 2 rows right here, this row and this row, and it looks like someone must have trampled something here. But they used to occupy these two, but now I put in, another row here of potatoes and carrots. So, we have a giant wheat one right here, and we still have our carrots over here, and then you can see the extra scarecrow over there by our potato farm. So, yeah, I kind of expanded this out. So these are all crops that our colonists are going to be able to harvest. So when we get a second hut over there, because we're going to have the second one, if we can get it up to level 3, manage this end of the wheat field to the extent that they can, and also the potatoes and the carrots over here as well. So because right now we're still going to be tasked with kind of, clearing these up, which they grew pretty fast, but that's because we're in the summer now. I went through and cleared this out the other day too. But yeah, so just another note on a future plan. But yeah, so a little bit more on excuse me, the plantation. So the plantation can grow either sugarcane, bamboo, or cactus, which all of them will come in handy. And over time, we'll probably look to put in a few plantations to have have production of each. Because right now, like with the bamboo, we're kind of just I half-heartedly take care of it every so often, and, it'd be nice to have like a good supply of green dye. So even though right now we've had plenty and we have a lot of cactuses planted over there, it'll be nice to have that automated. But the one I want to do right away is sugarcane. So yeah, so essentially like the planter is going to focus on one type of crop there. So, the level of the plantation kind of dictates how many crops can be grown. So, for example, at a level 1, they'll grow like 4 sugarcane stalks. At 2, it's 8. At 3, it's 12. At 4, it's 16. And at 5, it's 20. So at the beginning, it'll be kind of, not that many, but it'll be nice to have someone kind of watching over it and taking care of it on a regular basis. Things are going to get a little bit slower in the winter months, unfortunately. Maybe we'll have to try to put a greenhouse around it. I'll have to look a little bit more into that with the seasons mod, because I think you can put a greenhouse around crops, and I'm assuming sugarcane in that too. And if I'm wrong, please correct me down in the comments, or let me know if you've built a greenhouse yourself and if you've seen any impact. Because again, I'm thinking about putting one over our new automated sugarcane farm, and I would definitely be interested in putting it over like a plantation over here, if it'll help in that. So the good news is too that the planter can also craft paper, books, sugar, and anything made with bamboo. So, that's going to come in handy because, again, we're going to be able to teach the planter to make the recipe for paper. And then they're going to be able to craft books, which luckily we have a cowhands hut over here. So, we've been getting a good amount of leather coming through the cowhands hut. So the good news is we're going to be able to, we're going to have a good supply of leather. So that should still be fully automated. The other thing that we're going to be looking to do is put in another courier's hut. I think that's going to be a very important thing, because right now we only have one courier. We could definitely use more than just one courier. So I'm just heading over because we're going to be sleeping very quickly, and then we're going to get into making the block. So we will have to teach the planter the recipes. There we can see all colonists are tucked into bed, so let's hop in the bed ourselves here. And the number of recipes is also dictated, of course, by the level of the building. So at a building level 1, you can have 10 recipes. At a building level 2, you can have 20. At a building level 3, you can have 40, 4, 80, and 5, 160. So a significant amount there. So I should have most of the material on me, and I think we'll probably just use spruce planks since I have those there. And do I have my build tool down here? I've been moving stuff around in the inventory as we were building. Nope. Let me just grab that down, and I have some. Actually, we could dump some of this charcoal in here I got from removing some of the campfires that we had sitting around there. All right, so as with everything else, we'll have to craft the block. So let's go around here. You'll put the wood on the corners like that. Let's put the cactus in the middle. And let's get our build tool up top, and you can see Plantation block has been unlocked there. And let me just grab the build tool, and I'm just going to move the sword up for right now, just so I can have this in our bottom tray here. So it's a pretty, I think it's a nifty little block. Oh, actually shouldn't be walking with the, let's go like this, or the different, something else, a bow. So we're not accidentally clicking. So let's see how big this ends up being. I'm hoping that it's going to fit in that space relatively over here. So let's take a look and see if it does. But of course, what we'll do is we'll place the block down and we'll cut out and build it, and then we'll take a look at the finished build, and we'll get someone working in here. And as always, I just to give a flash warning for people who may be sensitive to it, or if you just don't like the flashes in general, that there likely will be flashes in the next few seconds here while we're placing the block down. So it's recommended at this time to look away if you're sensitive to it. So let's go ahead and I'll just start right here. We'll use the build tool. And all right, so we have wooden, warped, true dwarven, stone, space war, sandstone, Nordic, medieval spruce, medieval oak. Okay, so this one has a lot of options for it. I think we might do stone. We've been doing stone on a lot of the other builds over here. So, okay, it looks to be kind of massive. So let's see. Okay, I'm gonna have to do a little bit more terraforming, likely. We take out the rest of our pumpkin farm here. We do have enough pumpkins. And actually, this is backwards. This has got to go here because I can see the path leading up right over here. All right, let's be careful not to fall into any hazards here. So let's take a look at level 5. Okay, so it doesn't get like the building's just long. It looks like it's not exactly big itself. All right, so let's start by moving this back. Let's see if this will hopefully fit into this space. Because again, we have the obstacle of the back wall here. So let's come all the way back. Yeah, we probably could come back over here. All the way against the back. Because maybe we'll do a little modification. I'm thinking of just having the fence come around the side down here. This has been a good deterrent to keep things from climbing up and over. They can't really they can't get over it. So definitely recommended. Like, the fencing stops them dead in their tracks. They can get over a regular wall, which we do have going down the coast. But the best thing is really fencing there. So, yeah, I think we could always extend this out. But let's see how much room we have in the front. Actually, this fits in perfectly right over here. So it'll stick out a little bit. I was hoping to have it perfectly align kind of with our other builds here, but I don't think that's going to be possible there. So that's okay. And then we'll have like a thin, narrow path coming through here. But it looks like I'll have to do a little bit more terraforming, or at least get these out of the way and let Maddox, I think we're going to have Maddox handle this one. Yeah, take this out. Yeah, essentially I'm just going to have to take out the rest of our farms. And actually, let's just jump into the water very quickly and cool off. There. Okay. So yeah, so this is kind of the edge of it here. So fair enough. That's a pretty big build. Let's see at level 1. Yeah, it still kind of comes out this far. So that's okay. Like I said, we have a good amount of pumpkins. I'm also going to have to take out that chest back there too. And until we get rid of this, because I think we're going to put the other farmhouse in over here, and, maybe we'll put another guard tower or something smaller into here, or we can extend out the farm a little bit more here, and, we could fit the other builder's hut in next to the plantation here. So I think that'll be good here. I wanted to have the other farm, which is why I didn't get rid of this to begin with now, because I wanted to have the other farm kind of position next to our crop field. So yeah, we'll figure that out in time. But okay, this seems to be facing the right way here, and this is at level 1. So level 5, the actual building doesn't look like it gets that big. It's just a yeah, it's just a very long building, and presumably because again they're going to be planting certain things in over here. Let's see if they can, because I'm pretty I guess we'll have to take a look and see if they could plant more than just one crop, because if they can, that's excellent. I was from my reading on the MineColonies wiki, it seemed to be that it was like one crop, but I see some sand over there. So maybe they can handle, oh, sugarcane. Okay, maybe they can handle a few different ones. Okay, I'm gladly mistaken there. So scratch what I said earlier. Then if it can handle multiple ones, so let's actually get this thing built, and then we can take a look at it. Because if it could do all three, that's actually like really excellent. Even though I think we'll have it focus on sugarcane initially. So at a level 1, we are good. So yeah, it's pretty massive. But okay, let's take a look here at the block. Like I said, I'm gonna have to move this around here. So recipes, tasks, and settings. Okay, so right now it does have one picked. So I guess maybe it's just like a generic way of doing it. So before I put my foot in my mouth again and guess wrong again, let's take a look here. Let's build this, and then we could come back in and we could see what the situation is with it, because I'm pretty sure it's just a one. But if it's not, I'll make the adjustment here. But okay, so 335 dirt. I don't know if it's factoring in for the extra space here or not, because again, we do have to level the terrain up. um Oak signs, dirt, gravel, racks, cobblestone stairs, slab, coarse dirt 54. We'll have to do some crafting there. 112 cobblestone, 30 torches, 4 stone bricks. Okay, so this isn't nothing too difficult here. So let me assign this over to Maddox, and I'll have to go through right now and move this over before he comes over here and take these up. So what we'll do is we'll cut out right now. I'm going to get this all built, and that it hopefully shouldn't take too long. We'll come back in, we'll take a look, we'll get a definitive answer about whether or not, how many different crops we can have here, and that's going to kind of shape some future expansion plans, depending if there's like all three here versus if we have to do like a plantation for each one, which I believe that's the case. But we'll take a look there, and then we'll get the block, we'll get the new plantation going. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. So it didn't take Maddox too long. You can see right here, it's not actually that big of a building, and that like I said, this building is just a little long, but it's not that big. So, but yeah, it happened pretty quickly. He filled in most of the dirt on his own, even though he left a block down there, which is kind of funny. So we'll probably just end up walling that off around the edges here. And yeah, so it looks like they have a couple different signs here, because again, he's got a cactus one over here, and bamboo and sugarcane. But let's take a look on the inside here and hire someone. So I haven't taken a look at the GUI really that much. Let's take a look. So we have 4 options here on who to hire. I'm thinking, let's see, I might actually take Cole. He has high intelligence, he's got a decent agility. He'll get better with that. I think we're gonna go with Colt as our planter here. So let's take another look at the GUI here so we can teach the different recipes. Let's start from the bottom. So I think he's only going to plant sugarcane. So let's see if he comes over here and we can see, because I think we're going to have to pick a crop. So they must not utilize the whole area, I'm thinking. Because again, sugarcane on this side, which again, here's the 4 that he can plant. I guess we'll see when he comes over, and actually here he comes running right now. So let's see what Colt is going to need. I do have some sugarcane on us. That's going to have to do for now. All right, let's see once he gets inside. I'm assuming he's going to have some requests, perhaps. The other thing we can do while we're waiting for him to kind of get acclimated is we could take a look at the recipes here, because there's a few that I want to teach right from the start. The first being, of course, for paper. So we'll teach that one, and we'll also teach, sugar. And then, do I have a crafting table on me? I don't think I have any paper on me. Let me just go outside the boundaries so I'm not planting it, or I'm not putting anything where I shouldn't be. And let me just make some paper very quickly. That'll be good. There, I'll leave the crafting table there. And let's just teach really quickly, because he should be able to also craft a book. So I have some leather right here. There we go, and done. So those are the major recipes I wanted to get down right now. Not that we need sugar so much, but we're going to need paper, and we're going to need books there. So let's cool off ourselves very quickly. We're in the middle of summer, so it's a bit hot right now. All right, so he's requesting sugarcane. I could fulfill that for him, so 16. There, let's just take a look and see if he requests anything else, or let's see if he goes ahead and plants it there. He has a few different areas, but obviously this is going to be the sugarcane area. I'm guessing that the higher up we go, of course, it's probably going to fill this in a little bit more. All right, here we go. So he just puts the 1 down. Good. I was going to say, I mean, I guess my one critique would be it seems a little wasteful because, again, we have like all this extra space. And if he's not actually going to grow bamboo in that, I guess let's take a look and see what he's going to do. He doesn't need anything else right now. Just waiting to see. I'm assuming he should be able to plant the other 2 as well. There to get 4, because we should be able to handle 4 at a time. But nothing yet. Alright. Let me top up his sugarcane a little bit more. Got a book on him in steak. But yeah, so this is pretty much the build. I think this is something, I'll have to let this maybe just run its course for a little while. And, what we'll do is maybe next week, for our next episode, we'll come back over here and take another look at it. And I'll give an update as to how output has been. Again, like I do caution it by saying like sugarcane's going to grow the best in the summer. We're in the summer right now. We're probably about halfway through the summer. So, we'll see, because it's going to slow down a little bit in the fall, winter, and the spring. So, I'll have to measure the output. Let's see, it looks like is he converting stuff over? Okay, well, people are asking for paper and he's doing it. All right, he just crafted a bunch of paper. That's good. Actually, that was really good to see. Okay, great. So he's already handling that. And actually, I'll probably just dump the rest because I gave some extra sugar cane there. Let's see, tasks. Yeah, so people are asking for paper, and he is converting things over to paper. I guess the other thing I should do is let's put a bunch of leather in here as well. And actually, what I think I might do, and maybe I can't set a minimum. No, unfortunately, I can't set a minimum stock because I've been utilizing the minimum stock as essentially to like give them the tools that they need in advance, the ones that I know they go through, so like tools or like certain types of crops or that. So like here I was hoping to do that with like leather and sugarcane, but I don't think I'm going to be able to here. But we'll give him the rest of the leather, and he dumped the rest of the stuff off there. So yeah, so really good. I'm really excited to see what the output of this is going to be. I think it's going to go a long way to hopefully helping with our paper issue, because that's always been a request as of late from our colonists that they need paper and books. So hopefully now, we have this a little bit more automated. And I guess really quick, one last thing before we head out. So let's just take a look at a level 2 one here, and not too bad. Definitely doable. So I think we'll look to, probably convert this up very quickly so we can get more output going there. And yeah, so I think it's subtle that they could do 1 crop, which, like I said, my criticism comes that this seems like this would be a little bit wasteful on this side, unless eventually they start to take down, these signs and convert these over, because I could see where the cactuses would fit in, right there. But also we're missing, yeah, the bamboo could probably just go anywhere, but he hasn't asked for it. So I'm assuming it's just 1 crop per one, which means eventually we'll look to get 3 plantations there. So, but yeah, I think we're going to leave it here for today, guys. Thank you so much for coming in, checking out the video here. If you did enjoy the video, please consider dropping a like down below. Really does help out the channel, helps more people to find us here. And yeah, so, and if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. It's free, doesn't cost anything, and it really does help the channel out a ton. So what we'll do is we'll be back in the next week with another build, and we'll give an update here on the Farmer's Hut. So until then, my name is Nerd Builder. Take care. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.